Imagine walking onto your own property and finding that the people who claim to protect the neighborhood are using it like a public restroom. That was my reality, an HOA so entitled they treated my land as their personal toilet. But what they didn't know is that I had one move that would leave them humiliated and scrambling for answers. If you've ever dreamed of putting someone who disrespected you in their place, hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready for one of the most disgusting yet satisfying revenge stories you'll ever hear. It started small. At least that's what I thought. I noticed paper scraps, an odd stench near the property line. At first I brushed it off, telling myself maybe it was stray trash. But then I caught them. A couple of HOA board members, standing proudly in their polos and clipboards, relieving themselves in the shrubs of my yard as if it were their personal outhouse. My stomach twisted with disgust. My fists clenched so hard my nails dug into my palms. How could people who lecture neighbors about property values treat someone else's land this way? I confronted them, but they smirked, laughed it off, and said, "Well, you don't really use this part of your property, do you?" That smug dismissal burned hotter than the summer sun overhead. I felt invisible, disrespected, like my boundaries meant nothing. Days later, I discovered they had turned it into a regular habit. HOA meetings ending with their members sneaking behind my fence. My blood pressure rose every time I stepped outside. I wasn't just angry. I felt degraded, like my land had been stolen from me in the dirtiest way possible. That was the breaking point. I decided if they wanted to use my property as their toilet, I'd make sure the next time they did, it wouldn't end the way they expected. I rerouted one of my irrigation systems, rigging the pipes so that at the flip of a switch, a high-pressure flush of water would spray directly across their favorite spot. It took some testing, but once I saw the stream blast across the fence line, I knew this was it. The payoff came on a sunny afternoon. I watched from the window as two of them slipped behind the bushes, laughing, mocking me like I wasn't even part of my own neighborhood. They settled in, and with one satisfying click of my switch, the flush roared to life. A geyser of water blasted them so hard they stumbled, soaked from head to toe, shrieking as they scrambled out like rats fleeing a flood. Their expensive clothes plastered to their skin, mascara running, clipboards ruined. The sight was better than any apology. Neighbors nearby burst into laughter, and word spread fast. Suddenly, the HOA members who thought they were untouchable were the laughingstock of the entire community. They never came near my property again. In the end, it wasn't just about water or toilets, it was about respect. Boundaries matter, and sometimes the only way to get people to recognize that is to give them a taste of their own mess.